Hello again, friends. Thanks for stopping by for today's video. My name is Kat. If you're new here, thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be book 2 in my series on this book series, so definitely make sure you go check out the first video I have. The book we're going to talk about today is Needing You, which is book 2 in the Made For You trilogy by Cassandra P Lewis. Okay, so like I said, it's the second book in the series. If you haven't seen the first video, or should I be going this way? Why am I pointing? Anyway, if you haven't read the first book or seen the first video and you're just coming to this off the cuff, definitely go check out that my other video and read that book first. You might get a spoiler in this video. It's never my intention, but I just wanted to put that out there so you know. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, book 2. Whew. I knew pretty much a quarter of the way through Wanting You that I was just a mess in the very best way over these characters. And at the end of book 1, I was like, wow, okay, we are on an upswing. And holy smokes, Cassie doesn't leave us there for long. What a freaking journey. I love the journey that she's taking us on with these two characters. So book 2 starts and they are engaged. It's a whirlwind romance. I'm like, oh my God, this is wonderful. This is why I like romance. And also, I feel everything Rosie feels. I talked about in my other video that it's not that I didn't like Jackson, and I kind of feel bad for saying that, but he just worried me so much. My heart was not safe with him. So therefore, neither was Rosie's. And as the reader, to know that your character that you love and adore, her heart is not safe with him either, made me very worried. I wanted him to prove me wrong. I wanted him to prove Rosie wrong. And I couldn't wait to see where Cassie was going to take their journey because, oh my gosh, they had quite the journey in the first book. Where were we going now? They're trying to find their footing as a couple. Rosie with her insecurities, and we learn a lot more about her as a character. And on the flip side, Jackson as well. She's got a great family system. She's super close with her brother. She's got a great relationship with her parents, a wonderful best friend. Jackson, on the flip side, is really close with his dad, but isn't able to spend a lot of time with him because of his lifestyle. He's lost his mom. He saw the torture that his father went through losing his mom. They were so in love, and that's one of the reasons why he never wanted to get serious before. But here he meets Rosie, and all of a sudden things start locking into place with him. But he expects Rosie to just know that he loves her, because he's there and he put a ring on her finger, and so she should just know that. And yes, he does try to show her as well, but the things that he does and some things he's done in the previous book, you know, their foundation is not solid. In fact, at one point, Rosie says, the thought of him remembering that he prefers being single terrifies me. She's ready for him to leave. She's ready for him to cheat. Their past and their lives keep like nudging in on their new relationship, setting up drama. It's just, oh my gosh, they go through it. And here I am, and I'm like, oh my God, and there's still another book I have to read. I love that. They are happy and in love, and you do feel that, but also the curveballs, man. Oh, my heart was just getting battered in the, like, growing and getting battered, you know, in the best way. At one point, you know, it's kind of a low spot for them. They're sitting on the couch, and I was so upset. You guys, the amount of crying and tearing up I did in this series, I needed like chocolate and wine to get through it. And I love that I felt that way. This is from Rosie's perspective, and oh my God, my heart. My heart is in pieces as Jackson sits next to me on the sofa. Our short but sweet relationship is coming to an end because of my insecurities. I am furious with myself and with Jackson for not fighting harder. He holds my hand, takes a deep breath before lowering the axe. We're good together, me and you. We just fit. He squeezes my hand and I'm confused by his words, but we're also terrible together. We fight and pick at each other and you're never going to trust me. Okay, with good reason, I might add. But I understood where Jackson was coming from. He's trying to prove that he's all in, but it's not in ways that she can feel it. And I got it. I understood what he was trying to do, and I understood why and how she wasn't receiving it. It was a lot. It was very emotional. I want to share a part from Jackson, and it's the part where, and it's chapter 24 in the second book, but it's the part where I saw him in a way that I heard it and I received what he was saying, and it made me kind of change how I don't want to keep saying that I didn't like him. I don't mean that. I don't mean that. I don't want to come across like that. But this is where I started to feel him more deeply. And it wasn't like he wasn't having kind of like epiphanies before, because he was. But this is where I understood that he understood what a relationship can bring to his life and how you just have to keep working at it, when he saw outwardly a change in himself, if that makes sense. I've seen my friends get serious with jealous girlfriends, needy girlfriends, controlling girlfriends, and then they disappeared from my circle without a word. That's how I saw it. Now I realize that probably for at least 70% of them, it wasn't like that at all. They just fell in love and preferred, like I do now, to spend time with that person than the piss-talking single friends they no longer had anything in common with. I never imagined that getting serious with someone meant having a whole new family, a new circle of friends, new interests. I loved the way their lives started to open up like that, with her meeting his dad and him being kind of brought into her family. I really loved all that. That had my swoony heart just so in love. He pissed me off a lot, but I could not ignore his trying. So many times I wanted to throw my Kindle and bop him across the head, but he kept trying and he won me over. And when he won me over is probably where I was like, oh, frickin' no, because I knew that as soon as that happened and I let go and I let my feelings grow for him, I knew something bad was gonna happen. I knew there was another book. So at the end of this book, I was like, WTF, no, are you kidding me? Don't do this to me. Don't do this to them. But Cassie does. And let me tell you, I could not turn the page to open the third book fast enough. I felt like I was underneath them, propping them up. So that's where I'm gonna leave the second video in this series, this book series and my video series. Let me know if you have read this series. I would love to hear. And while you're here, don't forget to subscribe and consider giving the video a thumbs up if you like it. When you do that, it really does help my channel. Up next, book 3. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. See you soon.